Apologies for the audio challenges, but we are up and running, and I'll tell you who's running the Black Diamonds. Women won 11-5, men won 11-1. Here we go with the first mix. Let's play pickleball. And Loong and Garnett did not welcome Mr. Stephen Madonia to MLP very nicely, did they, AJ?
Not at all. That was impressive. That's really the strength of the Utah Black Diamonds, and so when they get hot, they are dangerous.
So we've got Zane Ford and Dom Schaefer on the far side in black for the Hustlers. Jones and Garnett have been playing some solid ball for Utah.
It's a shame we missed the first two matches. There were some people in the booth here. They said it was the greatest 30 minutes of broadcasting that was never heard. You know, it wasn't recorded though, so you guys, unfortunately, we didn't capture it. But
we'll try to match it for the last two here.
Take our word for it.
Tough position to throw up a lob there, AJ, and I'm talking to you saying that.
I thought it was a smart play. I don't know what you're talking about.
Worked out perfect, didn't it?
It all comes down to execution. It's never not the right play.
Sometimes you set your feet too soon, and then the ball isn't exactly where you want it, and the swing, and you blame your arms when it's your leg's fault.
Yeah, the legs are so key in pickle, right? The ball just doesn't always bounce perfect, right?
Yep.
Playing with a piece of plastic that kind of changes shape throughout a match, so.
It's Connor Garnett just jumps in there and gets Utah on the board. And this is a match, if Utah is going to be considered, right now they're above the cut line for the playoffs.
That's right.
You have to win this.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good opportunity for both teams to try and get a W, but Utah especially sitting at 9 right now, right? They're trying to work their way into that upper echelon. It's kind of weird. Right now we have the top 8 and the bottom 8 are kind of completely separated. Utah is sitting at 9, so they want to prove that they're, you know, a caliber team that could go make a little playoff run. This is a good one to build some momentum for Phoenix, too.
Yeah, got their first 3 wins out in the desert. Look at sneaky Allyce Jones, but Ford was there. Oh, my. Throws his whole body to the left and just drops it in there. That's pretty.
I like that. A little deception. It always counts more when you can beat your opponent slowly.
Yes.
For some reason, it's way more satisfying.
Oh, it steals souls.
It does. The emotional pain goes a long way for your opponent.
Oh, my. Allyce Jones jumps in front of Tigger. That's hard to do.
Yeah, she snuck her way in there. Garnett's been bouncing around the last 2 weeks, I swear. He's like a lemur out there. It's like, I don't know what he's got in his shoes, but it's been very fun to watch. Inside out again.
And it sets the table, so nice job by Zane Ford trying to get his squad back into this. If you're looking for Donald Young, because Stephen Madonia made his debut, he is out. Lower body injury. I was texting with him before the match. He will be back for San Clemente, close to 100%, not ready to go here. I hate not having him and Zane Ford playing together because it's pure chaos and athleticism.
Yeah, no, we love DY. We love having him on tour. One of the best athletes that we have. And I don't know if Zane Ford's laboring a little bit. Does he look like he's got something going on? Lower back, maybe.
He has been playing.
Not sure.
Very slowly over there.
Yeah,
and
it looks like
maybe limping on a leg too. I don't know.
Yeah, you know, he had that ankle injury at North Carolina. I wonder if that's kind of creeping in here. I don't think we've seen him play since then.
Shaking his head the whole time as he goes to serve. It's an absolute rocket just deep.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they have a third player. I mean,
let's see what Howard says. All right, well, I'm going to start warming up the shoulder while we call this here, just in case.
I know. That would be a great storyline.
If me and you have to go down there, Madonia falls ill.
You and I on the little dubs match? No. That'd be a heck of a start to the weekend, but you can see it's probably affecting him a little bit there. That's a shot that he does not miss usually.
Yeah, there's some players that make the first kind of sneaky one that they're not good at it, but they make one and they think they can make a bunch of them. This is a guy that is always looking for chaotic play.
Oh, Allyce had it. She can't believe she missed that one. She was right on it.
And that was one of those being saved with the backhand because he brought it all the way back into the middle of the court. Just uncorks on that 2-8.
Yeah, he's really been loading up on that, taking it cross court. He and Will Howells, I think, do the best at that. Two-handed backhand, cross court. It's really tough when your opponent's trying to cover the middle.
Yeah.
And then you go back behind him. So.
And that's going to be in too. That's what's wild.
Well in.
That shot.
Yeah, well in. So it's a good one for everyone to add to their arsenal. I'm sure you've got that in yours somewhere.
Got to, yes.
I like the aggression there, just a half step late. But again,
he seems to be working through whatever was bothering him after the serve that he missed, although that wasn't pretty.
No. He'll miss a few of those every now and then, but that's still the strength of his game, obviously, the forehand drive. Again, tough to go behind Garnett, though. You don't want to feed the Tui.
Nice put away from Dom Schaefer.
That's right. Yeah, the Hustlers are a really interesting team just overall. Like, this whole year, I think, is just kind of a see what we have year, right? They were a playoff team last year. They thought to themselves, we don't have the horses we have to get to a championship. So they burned the whole thing down, right? They couldn't get the free agents they wanted, and they said, let's pick some new promising players, see what we have, and then maybe we'll try and make a run at a free agent next year.
Yeah, this is the classic rebuild. I mean, they had a fire sale.
Exactly, total fire sale, scrapped the entire team. And again, probably put some feelers out. Well, that's fun.
Full split ATP, and they don't win the rally, and he leaves part of his shoe mark over there. So if he wasn't feeling well before, that can't have helped it.
I don't think the hammies.
Look at this split, dude.
That's wild.
He should be playing goalie for somebody. He's got to be he's got to be Bobrovsky's backup.
I don't know many men that can do that. That was impressive.
Can't come up with the next one though, but yeah, I mean, I'd still be laying there right now had that been me.
I'd be grabbing the gurney or something. You know, I'd be coming out there and wheel you away.
Yes.
He's still fighting something, you can tell. But again, for Utah, it's always tough to play against an injured opponent, right? Because your game just deflates. It feels so awkward because we all know each other so well. It just feels awkward to beat up on someone that's laboring like that. So I feel like Utah's just hasn't been super sharp right now. They can't even get to the kitchen effectively on a few of these rallies.
Nice spot.
Again, feeding the Tui is a dangerous game right now, especially against straight up ahead Dom Schaefer. I don't think she's seen Garnett's stuff very much. First couple go-arounds playing against Garnett it's very tricky.
It's not fun.
No, it takes a second to really start to realize where he's going with that thing.
Just kisses that one off the tape to get in. So Garnett on the slide was on the line, and Howard caught him.
Yeah, they're usually right about that, unfortunately, but a good move nonetheless. I think you'll see. I think you'll see plenty more of those.
Yep, clearly.
Yeah.
Toe on there. Yeah, our referees are so good at that. Like if you get called on that and you challenge it, you're almost always losing.
I've stopped arguing it. I've always looked down. I'm like, there's no way, but there's a way.
It's because we all shuffle our feet back just a half inch, and we're like, look.
Yeah, no, that's literally it. Yeah, I'm like I pulled it back. I swear to God, Onisha.
yeah, especially don't mess with Onisha. You should know better than that.
I've stopped. Yeah.
Look at her, she's down and up again. Classic Allyce Jones. We're having a yard sale with the visor.
Keep going, keep going.
If they win this, they have to win this. Oh, Connor Garnett. And that is why Allyce Jones is the #1 fan favorite. Unbelievable get.
We were waiting for some of those fireworks.
Whoa, 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 Pickleballers. Major League Pickleball is coming to San Clemente June 26th to the 29th. You do not want to miss it. Get your tickets at majorleaguepickleball.co.
I wouldn't be able to replicate that.
That crazy grip and then just light it up.
Full Eastern, big serve, big drive, and close. Looks like that's what he's going for.
And now Dom Schaefer ropes one cross court to set him up, and they have the lead.
That I don't know how we got there, but I've kind of blacked out the past 10 minutes trying to figure out what was happening. But how the Hustlers are ahead all of a sudden is kind of remarkable.
Goes for the big serve and is in no hurry to go get the ball back to the other side. And this is a tough one for these two to play. He's injured, he's not, delays.
Yes.
Like,
it's very, very difficult. You just have to refocus here, reset, try and pretend it's 0-0. But it is a difficult task.
and we lost the momentum of that unbelievable diving get from Allyce. That just disappeared into the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. Well, they didn't win the point anyway, but yeah, it was. I'm sure she's got another one in there. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw one before this match ended. Just.
Oh, there it is. Wow. She was there. Well, how about the next rally after we talk about it?
Dave. Come on. We spoke that into existence. I just wish you would have made it. But yeah, Utah is, you can tell they're totally flat. They're having trouble getting to the kitchen, which is rare for these two. They're both really pretty money on their drops.
Yeah, sky-high thirds from Garnett, which create more entertaining points, but it's not pretty for the Black Diamonds.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see them start driving a little bit, take an easier fifth, but the reason they're behind is because they haven't been able to get to the net.
Now Allyce Jones is bleeding from the elbow.
Jesus, what is this, UFC?
We're in the octagon here.
Is Dana here? 5-5. Oh, no, side out. Still 5-4 here. So they got to get to the net here. They got to do something. I don't even care. Throw up a lob if you have to, but drive. Yeah, I like that. But
then the fifth, the footwork was not good.
Yeah, it just feels flat. You really have to be on the thirds. You got to be so focused. If you're missing a lot, sometimes that's the answer. You just have to go maximum focus to get in there.
Oh, Zane swings and misses. There's the lob. We almost have bumper cars. I formation everywhere. This is chaotic. Another lob.
What is going on?
Another lob. Oh my, and then Ford is on the ground. Okay.
I approve of all that.
Yes.
Whatever just happened, that was fun.
I say it's like shampoo. Let's lather, rinse, repeat right here.
The the one-handed backhand lob, even I'm not totally comfortable with that, but it's fun to watch.
I mean, look at Zane's receiving position. He was practically sitting down.
He's trying to just muster any ounce he has left here. There you go.
Perfect lob. Get tracked down, but
another one.
Oh no. And the Black Diamond.
Wait to see what else this whole week has in store.
Again, she's on the ground. She gets this one.
We got to win this one. Come on,
Come on, Connor. Get on the ground.
There you go.
Perfect lob, and it's wide. Touchdown, Allyce Jones. Allyce Jones back in business.
Again, the getting to the net, though, has been weird. I think Connor's like trying out this slice backhand. I feel like he doesn't do that very often.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not just rolling that in there like money like he usually does. I mean, I think he does do that on occasion. It's just not working.
Yeah.
There you see the just heavy drive from Dom. I mean, there you can see that right forearm and elbow is scraped up.
Schaefer, really established singles player. You know, 2017 tennis rankings, high school rankings. Dom Schaefer was number 5
in the country.
You know, there's 3 other pickleball players in the top 10 of that one class. Could you guess who it is?
I want to hear it.
Number 9, Glosman.
Okay.
Number 3 doesn't play with PPA, Sewing, Sophia Sewing.
Yeah.
Guess who you gotta guess number 2.
Tennis?
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that's deep. Playing Major League Pickleball?
Yes. Number 2 in the country, class of 17. Schaefer was 5, Glosman was 9. Sewing 3. She's playing next.
She's playing next. Okay. Oh, Kate.
Oh. Anna.
Anna Bright was 2?
Number 2.
Okay.
Wild, though. 4 of the top 10 all playing pickleball now.
Love it. There's a nice play by one of those.
Schaefer upset with herself. But again, they're right there, 8-7. This is solid. Zane and Dom, 2 and 5 this year overall. They've played both events together, all 7 matches. They've played mixed together, so no changes there. There's that cut. That's better.
Did not get what she wanted on that lob at all.
No, it was kind of an accidental leave. I think Schaefer and Ford were like,
you
take it, but then it went out. So it was a good little.
Great non-communication.
Exactly. Worked out.
Great play by Zane Ford, and despite all of the issues surrounding this.
And going full force to get yourself back in it. It's a really good drive from Ford.
But Late sticking the paddle in there and pushes it wide. Both of these two have big drives, so let's see unwinding the stack if they do, how good the return is.
Yeah, got to use that. Again, I'm going drive no matter what type of return comes back here.
What a return. Unbelievable return that kept it out of the Ford forehand. That's about the only place on the court that would have.
That was as good as you could do it, right? I said drive before, drive no matter what, but I think he crept in a little bit too much. If he had hung back, maybe he could have gotten some mustard on it, but still kind of caught Connor behind him. They just, the blitzkrieg after didn't work out. Pretty.
But just sky-high thirds and fifths over there.
Yeah, again, I don't know what, and then why it's going to the middle of the court. You got to force that to Dom somehow.
Little cut serve. Another one just to the moon.
So I don't know that's abnormal. I don't know what to say about that. Schaefer's been leaning in super well and just putting those away easily. You could probably count 7, 9 of those in this game alone.
So if you're the hustler, you got to grab this here and get a point or two. Wow, Ford mishits that, but Schaefer has made the adjustment and was sitting in line there.
Yeah, no, well done. Like I said, Garnett's speed-ups they're tough to read, so kudos to her for pulling that off of her hip and getting a good spot for Ford to finish. A little bit of a miss hit, but there's Ryan DeWidgeon showing off the arm, right?
Yeah. If you're wondering how that ball showed up right on the paddle, that's the Texas Rancher GM and coach.
Too cute though, but I like the idea, right? Going back behind Garnett, he's leaning super hard to his right to protect Allyce. I like that he's going behind him. Just let's make sure we make this. Make your opponent play here.
Good handle of the drive by Allyce. Short hop lob.
Schaefer getting in the lob action.
And it sets the table for a game point for the Hustlers.
There we go. This is something. They have a fighting chance the next mixed match too if they can take this.
For sure, game point here for the Hustlers despite all the drama.
I like how you emphasize the A there.
That
felt right.
I just felt like this match. Wow. Instead of taking it back where Allyce was running, he tried to catch Garnett.
Yeah, I think Connor started to see. He went behind him 3-4 straight times. He was sitting on that one and finally put some oomph into it. I want to see him use that power a little bit more here. The question is, who's going to be the first to lob it? That's the way these kitchen
there
points
it
are
is.
going.
Another short hop beauty. But I mean,
Wow.
Schaefer's got the short hop set up perfect over the backhand and the put away.
I could only
AJ.
dream of that. I mean, that was beautiful. Lob over the left shoulder,
I see
cross
a tear
court
coming
forehand.
out of your eye right
I'm
now.
weeping. It was gorgeous. Please do it again.
Okay.
Oh, now lob envy is taking over.
Wow. From the baseline. And she's cutting that.
Oh.
Flat. Misses deep.
Yeah, she had a chance to go topspin
Yeah.
drive there. She went for the cut, which is a little. That's unique to her game. I don't know many people that do that, but regardless, still playing very well. Let's see if Allyce pulls it out first.
Does, and it gets squashed. Game point number 2 coming up.
Let's see what they do here. No unwind this time, so pretty straightforward. I think either whoever it comes to, I think you still drive though. I think you go for that middle drive. Good things have been happening. That works too.
Now Zane Ford jumps in there and tries to lob, and that's well deep.
That's ambitious, even for me.
That just came from AJ Kohler, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that, but the full lunge forehand lob with no topspin.
Game point 3 for the Hustlers.
Keep that put away, maybe.
And pressure from Garnett gets another hold.
Kind of an awkward thing there to end it. Let's Connor take over. See if they can get to the net here. That's the theme of this whole game right now. Schaefer's been leaning in and taking those almost every time.
Yates Jones gets a ball on the ground, and they're within 1.
Always nice when your opponent gives you a freebie, right? Little missed dink sometimes in a tight match. That could be what puts Utah back over the top here.
Thrown down, and it is going to take more than 11. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, they had it. They had it. You know, Utah's got all the momentum now. You see the body and the body language. It just feels like it's going to go their way at this point. Hustlers just got to stay steady here. Don't get discombobulated like the last 2 points.
Wow, sliding ATP winner.
The crowd is stunned.
I mean, no one knows what is happening, including us.
They don't know what they just saw. It was complete silence. That was like, there was
They're like,
now they're starting to clap.
Is he hurt? Did he hit a winner?
Yeah. Did his leg just fall off? We're not sure.
I don't see people hit it like you're going down the slide at the playground. That's what just happened.
What a reset from Allyce. Good Lord.
Can't make the next one, though. So just when you think the Hustlers are out, Ford's on the ground. It doesn't matter. Guess what? He's had more oil changes of this Ford than many get in a lifetime.
Yeah, more than a 67 Mustang. Now he's tying the shoes, getting the ankle right. Just one more push. See if he can get this to game 4. Give his teammates a chance.
10-10 back in play.
Just a little discombobulated here. Play solid. We got to have them play solid. They can win these points if they just tighten things up and don't look, I don't know, it just looks a little frantic, doesn't it, right? And that's
the
how
footwork or lack thereof.
Yeah.
Right there, this is a guy that moves great. Just.
I mean, we all get that way in a tight match towards the end, right? We want to make something happen, but just less frantic.
Ugly possession for the Hustlers, and ball back to Utah, looking to clinch it here now. They've won the first 2.
Yeah, see if they can get to the kitchen here again. There's Schaefer with the lean in. There they go. Who's going to be the first to pull it? See if
oh boy.
back in the kitchen. We'll see if someone lobs.
Yes. No. Ford speed up well deep. Yep. And now we have game and match point for Utah.
Tough decision there, but again, he's just got to stick with it. Again, as these two build trust with each other, that's the biggest key in a partnership, right? You're willing to go those longer points the more you trust your partner.
Nice shot from Dom, who is visibly frustrated, but hanging in there.
She wants his game, you can tell. She's played well. Played really good offense. Exhibit A at that point.
And a missed third. So 2 game points and match points in this one saved by the Hustlers. They've had 3 of their own not cash. We got blood everywhere. This is wild. And now a missed serve to go with it. Ball slapped in the corner.
What else are we going to get? Is the roof going to fall down on us or something?
Hope.
I'm not sure.
There are locusts, I heard, approaching.
Oh, God. A plague is the last thing we need. Strong drive. Finished.
Oh, yes. What a spot from Dom Schaefer. And look at this.
French fries. I love that Ford went to Allyce that time, right? They were unwinding. Yes. He was going behind Garnett every time. This time he goes straight onto Allyce, and they win the point with a little blitz. Oh, get over.
Doesn't sneak over, so the large fries go back to the Hustlers.
Back to the Diamonds.
And now to the Diamonds, so 11-11.
See how Ford's movement is here, right? Getting across to the ad side.
It wasn't great, but it worked out. Oh. Just pulled wide, paddle goes flying in the air.
Yeah.
And game and match point 3 for Utah.
Another one. I want to see a big serve from Garnett here and try and finish it off with a drive and a closeout. That's the play here.
That's a very safe serve. There's your drive. And Allyce Jones absolutely played an out ball there.
Oh, I think that was hitting the board at the back.
Game and match point 4.
It's just a slog right now, doesn't it? It feels like both teams are just trudging through mud right now, trying to get to 13.
Please let my opponent make a mistake for me.
That would be.
And what a closeout. Connor Garnett gets it done. And in a bizarre match with timeouts, Allyce Jones diving everywhere, bandages galore. It's Utah that wins it. So, Lingwei Kong to serve. Let's play pickleball. And this is a very good memory court for that man, Tyler Loong, and myself with the Seattle Pioneers. We won here, so.
That's right. I remember those photos.
Happy to be back at Pictona. The drop.
That was crafty. See if these players want to get in on the, I was just about to say.
The answer is yes.
Let's see if these players want to get in on
I know where your sentence was going, so you don't need to like say, no, I was going to say it. We know.
After the last match, it was like, who's going to lob first? And I was like, are these players going to want to get in on that action? We are in Florida, so it's a little bit easier to lob, right? The air,
sure.
The dense air kind of knocks it down. It's a pretty overhead from the Miami Hurricane.
Whoops, that was not pretty. Yeah, the overhead
That
showed
was
his
luscious.
tennis. It was the tennis prowess was there.
Yeah.
Loves the two-y. I mean, this is a huge opportunity for Madonia because you aren't just playing for your team. You're playing for all the general managers to go, wait a minute, that might be a guy I want to pluck and put on my team.
Absolutely, yeah. The new rule, the third person can basically just be snatched at any point, I think.
Not at any point, but at when the waivers are available.
Right. Or even playing for a starting role on
Yes,
his own team,
absolutely.
right? So he's got a lot of promise. I played some with him 6 weeks ago, I was telling you earlier. He's got all the tools. I think it's going to be exciting to see him in 6 months, right? He's still just kind of sharpening everything, but the two is luscious. The overhead is there. He's got the backhand flick, right? He's just kind of harnessing it all. I think he's going to be an exciting addition to this tour. We'll definitely be on a team. Again, I said, 6-8 months.
And there's the forehand just shutting that down.
Casual, yeah, really good feel for the point there. And Lingwei Kong's been around. Pride of Wichita State, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Right, this is a match for her to, kind of flex a little bit. I think she and no, she doesn't have a big. She didn't play much mix. She played at Columbus.
Yeah, she has yet to hit the win column this year, Kong.
Yeah, 0-2 with Zane and mixed, in Orlando. Did not play the Columbus event, but she can play. Lives out in LA. At the very least, you don't want to get swept here, right? A 4-0 on the record, it never feels good. If you can make it 3-1, that's respectable, especially if you walk off with the last win.
Especially for Madonia, first ever MLP event here.
That's a big deal.
And Lingwei Kong trying to get that ugly 0 out of that win column of hers on the player rankings.
Sure. Awkward miss there. It just kind of hung up there on Loong. But he and Erokhina, I want to say, are 2-7 overall this year. Again, the strength of this was a fun duck.
That
was. Little matrix move.
And he kind of looks like, I mean, there's a quick, you go, oh, he could be a body double for Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Look up quick.
Oh, Tyler, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. What was I saying? Oh, Loong and Genie, 2-7 on the year.
Yeah.
So another chance for them.
Yeah, the dudes are the key to this team.
Some,
They've got to win every time out. I think Allyce and Genie are sort of, at least the roles are clear. They're trying to find the chemistry.
Sure.
And I have some breaking news for Utah's match later today. They will play the fives. This just came across. Megan Dazan with an illness is a scratch, and Krista Getcheva will get her first chance to play for the fives later today.
Opportunities galore, Dave.
Yep.
I mean, Krista, I've played some mix with her. She's been chomping at the bit to get out there and show her stuff, right? She's been itching to play. She's been coming to every event. As that third girl on the team, you really, it's tough. You got to stand there and cheer and be a good teammate, but fun little backhand slice from Loong. But as a third player, right, you want to get in, you want to play, you want to, feel like you're contributing on the court. So huge opportunity for her. Strong serve.
Wow, Madonia had Tyler Loong fooled there.
Yeah, that was I mean, as a team, they pretzel him up, right? They go across body, and then Lingwei smartly goes back behind him. Really good awareness. God, I love that too, right? Bye-bye.
And you want to talk about SWAT team. There it is for Loong.
I've seen a lot of those from Loong. I've been on I've stared him down from the left side. I've gotten about one back out of maybe 37 in my 5 years playing against him.
I love that you're able to keep the stats on things that specific. That's nice.
It's just a weird compartment in my brain that has that tallied up.
Madonia actually got them into a good position, and Kong popped it up, and it is Tommy's season for the southpaw there.
Yeah, I didn't know he had that. I really haven't seen that much from him.
Why don't you explain what that is to our new viewers?
Right? I mean, you can only barely see it, but right when he's approaching it like a backhand. Oh, he would have made that. Approaching it like a backhand, but when your grip is more forehand heavy, you can actually just flip it over, and they call it the tomahawk. That's kind of what it's been named. But so there's a bunch of videos online how to do it. But have your grip more forehand, then flip it over at the last second.
Yeah, it gives you a forehand on both sides of your body.
It was believed for some time that was going to take over the sport. I remember there was a year, probably 2023, where everyone was like, this is the answer instead of a backhand for the wheels.
Great job by Madonia there, though.
Yeah.
So.
But I don't think it hasn't really taken off, right?
Well,
it kind of was a thing for a second, and then it's like, you can actually just reach out and use your backhand if your wrist is strong enough. So.
And it's not great for your wrist either.
Probably not. Yeah, and it also requires a more forehand dominant grip, right? And I think a lot of people are going a little bit more back, or just continental, right? Not going, I don't know which way is more forehand, east or west, but continental allows you to block your, protect your body with your backhand much more than a Western grip.
Yep. Wow.
Strong.
Man, Lingwei Kong coming in there with some serious heat. Tied at 5.
She can crank it. I say the serve. I'm thinking about copying her serve motion. She's getting a lot of steam on that.
Chance to switch with the lead here for the Hustlers.
I would jinxed her. Why did we talk her up like that? I knew that was going to happen.
That was just shut down the paddle, third deceleration, unfortunately.
Yeah.
5-5-1.
ATP defended beautifully. And it's actually Utah that will switch with the lead up 6-5 on a 1 here. They've already got the match in their pocket.
You can ponder, because I threw this on you.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that you did.
Look at the wheels.
Wow. And he got out of the way, but Erokhina had no idea where to go there.
I think the Black Diamonds might have the 2 fastest guys. If we were to do like a 2-man sprint, a little 40-dash relay,
yes,
it's got to be Garnett and Loong, right?
I need to ponder that as well.
A lot of hypotheticals going on here.
Yes, it's good. Oh.
But now this is an important match. Like you said, Utah's sitting at 9 right now. They're going to be in the playoff hunt. Probably won't expect the Hustlers to be as much, right? Maybe, but a 4-0,
unlikely.
Every game counts if you're on that fringe, right?
Yes.
You're in that 9, 10, 11, 12 spot. Every game counts. So a 4-0 here would be big for Utah. This is not a throwaway game by any means.
And Erokhina and Loong need to find some confidence.
For sure.
You mentioned they're way under 500
2
record.
and 7 right now.
So, you know, you got to start creeping up there. And
for sure. Yeah, they've got I mean, they've got a match later today, so a little momentum going into the nightcap would be something too.
And a slightly wounded clown show later today.
And no Ryan Harwood.
And no hype man.
That is a big deal. I haven't seen that team play without him on the sidelines.
Where is he?
Family, work,
Okay.
one of the two.
Thank you.
We can text him directly.
We can.
Get him get the scouting report.
See if we can get some answers.
All right, Loong says let's go. He looks focused. Again, he knows a 4-0, as we talked about, game differential at the end of the season comes down to the tiebreaker.
Nice job by Kong sitting on the 2-handed backhand down the line.
Yeah, really smart to go back behind him. Getting into Tyler's body when he's reaching middle there, that's always a good position. Lean from Steven.
Good night from Loong.
Just overcooked that backhand. Sometimes when you reach in, you're already thinking I'm going to put it deep, and then it just doesn't get as deep in the kitchen as you want. You're already committed. There's that overhead. Loong shakes it off.
Oh my, what a play by Tyler Loong. Touchdown signaled from Allyce Jones, the best height person you could ever have on your bench. But
absolutely, I mean
Madonia is destroying that, but he's got to get it deeper in the court.
Absolutely, yeah. That'll come with more experience, but credit to Loong for just shrugging it off and you know, fighting off two of those and then making a strong move for the put away.
Yeah, still another just wild slide at the end of this. This is crazy.
We haven't had someone hit the deck yet in this match.
No.
But what are the odds that
we're
prior to
so far above the mean on that from the one before. And now within 2.
Yeah, I like Loong and Genie's focus right now. You can tell they're in this. Two strong drives, right? That's huge. When you're in the 7s, 8s, you can get 2, you know, missed volleys to get to 10. That's
game point, Utah.
I'll make it 3.
And he does, and that'll do it. So the Hustlers get swept here in 4-0 for Utah. And Tyler Loong and Genie Erokhina join us now. And Tyler, I'll start with you. When the ladies come out and give you a win, how important is it for you and Connor, the more experienced as far as playing together partners, to come out there and really put a stamp on a match like you guys did today?
Oh, it feels great. Having the energy from Allyce and Genie means a lot, and getting that first point is really helpful for us. It takes a little bit of pressure off of us, and it allows us to really just go out there and have fun and kind of take care of business.
Genie, AJ in the booth here. Looked like you guys really ramped up the focus right at the end there to close that match. How important is that every point, right? You're in a playoff hunt and in number 9 spot right now. How important is every point that you can get at this point?
Yeah, so it's MLP. It's one game up to 11 points, so every point counts still. And I'm glad we could just fight for every point and get the sweep.
Tyler, I'm going to get your perspective from the bench of the first mixed match that you didn't play in it. It was chaotic, crazy, 1,000 lobs. What did you see from the bench?
Yeah, that's a great observation. I was just kind of nervous because I haven't really been in a game like that before with so many different variables. There were timeouts, there were medical timeouts, there were lobs, there was blood on the court.
Weird.
There's a lot of different things happening, so just maintaining focus and pulling through. I think we were down 10-7 or 10-8 and fought off 3 or 4 match points, so it's really big to get that win.
Well, Utah found its footing in Phoenix and now gets Daytona Beach off and running. Congrats, guys. Good luck with the rest of your slate. We'll actually see you in the nightcap here tonight. Good luck.
Thank you
guys.
so much. Thanks.